Hey y'all,
Happy birthday.
it's me, Struggles. I'm just here for the intro song.
That's why we're all here.
I'm here for Tidra. Okay, I'm here for the intro song because what exactly, you know? Welcome y'all. Welcome. Yeah, you know I wasn't gonna come here, right? I was gonna save y'all the trouble in myself and be like, let's not and say we did, but I was like, we ain't gonna hear the end of it. As soon as we drop some, we're in Raising Kanan. So we're here.
Mhm.
We're here, but I don't like to hop out too much. But I don't feel like I have an abundance of more so positive things to say. Ashley, how you feeling? How you doing?
I feel amazing. I feel amazing. I feel like my nap was too short, but I am ready to get this over with. I'm so ready to get it over with, Tyra. I'm so ready to get season 4 of Raising Kanan out of my system. All
Oh,
right.
maybe we should have left them
So
the
ready.
bloodlines for later, so you can have a longer nap. But welcome, y'all. I'm very excited for anybody who's here tonight and everybody who has been sticking it out with us. 10 episodes of this show. But we're not going to belabor the point in the words of my sweet perspective. Actually, not just overall thoughts, but what happened to this show? What
It
happened?
went down to the gut. I just something shifted. Something shifted probably around probably towards the end of season 3, but definitely all of season 4. I think if we go back, they just have kind of missed like the art of good storytelling, because I think what we loved most about seasons 1 and 2 is that it kept it on our toes, but we were also very invested in the life of Kanan, in the life of Rock, of Lou, of Marvin. These were characters that even if you didn't like, you were still super invested in them. By the time we get to season 4, I don't give a damn. I don't know how they have alienated us from these characters to the point where we were like, everybody could go. We were watching this live and reacting and was like, at this point, just kill somebody. Just kill any of them. It won't really matter. I think I remember the end of season 2 is that when they pop Lulu's house, and we were sitting on the edge of our seats
Yeah.
like, oh, not Lulu. Like, how do we go from that to this? Something is lacking. I don't know if it's the writer strike thing that happened, but something is missing just in essential storytelling for me personally, Tyra.
Yeah. Well, they have lost a writer or two. I don't know. What's her name? Tasha. I guess Tasha was making the difference because you can tell. Um, I really did not like this finale, y'all. There were no like saving graces or I didn't like this, but this overall, I did not enjoy much about this episode. My main issue was okay, we're gonna bring it home during the finale, but it was just time wasted. There were pacing issues. We looked and was like, okay, this is a 45 minute, whatever episode, they're not stretching it by any means. So we got to get to the getting while the getting is good, to keep us hanging on for another season, like build up that anticipation because it's not so much built up, overall this season because it's still, like we said, it's been lacking. But it's rare that the finale episode is the worst episode to me that we've gotten all season. This felt the most like a filler episode. It felt like it lacked direction, pacing. We just didn't know where we wanted to go or leave off with them. It felt like some pages got ripped out and they tried to spackle them back together to make something cohesive. I don't know. I just never thought that we would end it off this way. Ended it off to a point where I'm like, if we get the season, it's like, I don't even care.
Mhm.
I don't even care. But this is mostly, and it's like, these are the things that we were wasting time. This is the whole episode, damn near.
Mhm.
But every single moment pretty much that we had with Unique was a waste of time to me. It didn't, get us any closer to anything. Him, the retaliation, bombing the restaurants, waste of time. We already knew, baby, them people gone. When we had the little exchange, with the older Chinese man, he's like, baby, I moved my family back long ago, and we get into this, Korean or whatever mythology and this symbolic thing with Rock, and basically you're evil as
Monster.
hell. I don't want no parts of you, your family, none of this. Juke situation, every single encounter, I regret the moment I ever said Snap, Crackle, and Pop needed to have more lines. I don't know why we said that. I don't know why we said that. The situation with Marvin, I think prior to us ever getting there, we already knew Marvin wasn't going to die. I had been told y'all that last live and probably the one before that. Unique sitting, meeting with his wife, like he's been busting her down, calling her baby, leaning on her shoulder for what? We didn't need that. It just felt like we spent so many moments in places that we didn't need to be. I don't know, Ashley, were you feeling it, the wasting of time, or was it just me? Because I didn't want to be in none of these places. Why we over here with
Girl,
old girl from Butter? Why we over here with Juke and Garcia yet again doing the exact same things they do every single episode? Kanan going to visit this little trifling predatory stepdaddy. Why?
girl, you asking the wrong person because I really don't know. I was like, there's a whole lot of talking. Like it's 20, 30 minutes in and we just steady rapping. Not a body had dropped. We were just milling about. Like, what are we doing here? The butter thing was so far-fetched and outlandish to me because why are you here, Ike? Why is she here, Ike? She ain't like these girls like that. Why are we even pretending? I'm really finding it hard to understand. It was a lot of just convenience. Like, let me just throw this in there at them. Let me throw this in here at them. Let me throw this at here at them. And what the issue is like it's not challenging to close some things out and to leave us a cliffhanger with some things. You didn't have to go all around the mulberry bush. And I could have stomached it, Tyra, if it pushed us somewhere, if
Yeah.
it led to story progression. But even the Garcia and Juke thing, it's 2 seconds every single time and it gets us nowhere. They're no closer today than they were in the beginning of the season. If this is supposed to be our gateway, our entry point into law enforcement, it's not working. Every time it's 5 seconds. Get out of here, Garcia. I'm not telling you
Get out of
nothing.
here.
Oh, all right,
Fake ass
Garcia, it's
police.
good. All right.
Fake ass police.
It's
Whack ass police. Same
like
thing.
it's the thing with Unique and Mama Soprano over there talking about baby, I got you. Get out of here, Unique. What are you doing? And then his bitter baby mama diatribe about, yeah, I slept with her. She wrote my name in it.
Oh, girl,
She called me Big Daddy Lou. Did you know your sister
we
was
gonna
on
get
all
to Big
fours?
Daddy.
Like, what the hell? Like, I don't give a single damn. And if we are going to put all this on Marvin, if we're going to be so heavy handed, at least shoot him in the leg. At
No,
least
no
let it be
shots.
a
No,
flesh wound.
we ain't
Let,
touching.
let- and if we're going to burn something down, you got 1,800 Molotov cocktails. I need you to burn down Rock's house. I need you to
Girl.
burn down Lulu's place. Burn down Marvin's. Do something significant. Let's not burn down places where the people's already dead. And as far
Girl.
as okay, you probably will get there, but yeah, this was I don't know. There was no cohesion and it didn't push us further along in the story, in my opinion. We still don't know Pop, Snackle, Pop, all them are bad or evil. Kanan have no clue still.
No, they just that
Nothing.
good. They're just
Mm-mm.
that good. That believable. I even really hated the moments that we spent with Juke and when we have Aisha go, like, you can leave here. We can go. He's like, my dad needs me. I can't leave here. My Marvin's here. My heart's here. Da 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 da. Like, y'all are really even in this moment still trying to double down on is Marvin gonna? We knew Marvin was gonna make it. We knew Marvin was gonna make it. Please, this little piece of it, and then we didn't even get to see who was in the car. We didn't even. Maybe that's unimportant. Maybe that's a mystery for the next. Maybe it was Snap, Crackle, and Pop doing the hit. I don't know. Who gives a damn?
I
Who
don't.
knows? But I just had to
I
establish
don't.
that because I thought it was ridiculous how much time we wasted going into this episode. It's just like we had all these characters, nobody was being utilized in the proper way. If we needed to see them at all, like we need to see this damn stepdaddy again. Get the hell out of here. But moving on to Big Daddy. I hit that. She called me daddy. We don't care. We do not care, Unique. Like, we left off last episode with this, like, oh, we having the official meetup. And I'm thinking something's going to be exchanged, at least in the breath of, especially since we didn't get it later on. We have, of course, the family rolling up in here because Rock saw Kanan walking out of here last episode. It's like, oh no, not my son. Let me know if you touch mine. I'm going to have no choice but to touch yours. But in the midst of that, the bulk of this conversation was, yeah, you're alcoholic. Lulu, you're really back. If you are, I had your sister. I had her. What are we doing? What are we doing? Unique, we do not care. There is a problem when I just want Unique to go. I just want Unique to die. I just want something else. I used to love Unique. This is sad. Ashley, I had her.
It's just so small. It's just so small and incelly. We have enough incels in the real world. I didn't need one on the screen. And last time I checked, a TBI, a CTE doesn't change you into a misogynist weirdo who's bitter. Because really, when we look at it, I really want to give Neek more credit than this just because of the character that he's been up to this point. I think he deserved more than just a vendetta about some coochie he would never have again. It made it small, it made it insignificant, it made it so we didn't care anymore because your vendetta is meaningless, sir. It's not real, it's imagined, and it's in your head. And it just didn't land. I don't know who this was for. Who is Neek for now, Tyra? It doesn't. And why make us hate him in this capacity? If you're gonna make us hate him for something justified. Make his villainy justified. Make there be a chord that rings true and has some sort of sense to it. But this beating a dead horse, he remembers some things, but he don't remember everything. Like
Something.
it's so convenient and sloppy and lazy, unfortunately. And I hated everything about it. And this was just, how disrespectful can you be? I wrote my name in it. I had her calling out daddy. I had her on all fours in there, and she
Tell
likes
you
it
that,
rough.
did you? She didn't tell you that, did she? Like, what?
Ugh,
All of this vendetta over coochie is crazy.
it's
It's never
wild.
been about the business. My brother rock, she always. This is all about coochie. Unique. It was hitting that hard, like, and it ain't even selective as at this point. They were really laying it on thick those first like 2 or 3 episodes, and gradually, by the time we got to the butter pecan ice cream in the kitchen, we pretty much remembered every damn thing. But maybe, and it wasn't even like one detail. It was just based off of what I saw. I feel like you took me out, took my brother out, this, that, and the third, so you can step in on my territory. Same old rock. We didn't need the CTE for that to be the narrative.
Mm-mm.
We could have just left that where it was and spent them other episodes doing something else. It was a waste of time and it was hella selective. And they used that to have him have explosive outrage moments. But yeah, we're only having outrage with the blacks. As soon as we get over there with the Italians and sitting over there with, yeah, baby, it's all right.
I'm
I
buttoned
got
up.
you. Yeah, we got all the sense in the world. I'm not going to play with
Mm.
y'all. I'm not going to play with y'all. But yeah, this just ended up a warning. And there was nothing solidified until Rock got outside and said, yeah, you need to find out where Panessa at. Because yeah, we need some leverage over here because he not here to listen to anything. Caden has a breakdown, or if you want to, it was funny to me. I'm sorry. Kanan has a breakdown. At this point, there really isn't any confirmation on Crystal because we're relying solely on Snap, Crackle, and Pop for that. At this point, he's just shook from last episode when they were like, you know what? Yep, it's confirmed. It was your mama that took out Famous. And he's in here crying. Nothing ever works out for us, Juke. Woe is my life. Kanan went, oh, after he destroyed the whole apartment. So, God. But this is really supposed to be showing Kanan's descend into, the stress, the madness, the woe is me, for him to really get the guff to do what he does towards the end of the episodes. Ashley, the breakdown.
Girl, be the okay.
Ugh, ugh.
And scene. Because here's the thing, Kanan and Love Crystal. Canaan was a wormhole that he could plow regularly that was disease free, infection free. Let's be honest about that thing. He didn't give a damn about Crystal for real. He liked her. He thought she was cool or whatever. But you mean to tell me your best friend since 4 years old that done lived in the house with you, went to school, did dirt with you, that you disrespected heavily in Punk last season, but you didn't shed a tear for him, but you sit up here
This
and
was for both
for
of them. This was
Crystal,
for both of them.
Kanan, go straight to hell. Go straight immediately to hell. This was about disrespect. This is about his vendetta against his mama. Again, another one that in this instance is misdirected. It makes you weak and small to focus just on your anger to where you can't see the forest for the trees. Snap, Crackle, and Pop have just entered your life. They have moved shady ever since. First with Ronnie, now with Unique in you. I think that'd be a great idea. They're the ones trying to control you. He's a yo mama. You just want me to control me. You just want to do all these things. I hated this scene. I thought it was disingenuous. Like I said, if he had really loved Crystal, he would have handled Daddy a long time ago. Freaky deaky molester stepdaddy. He would have handled him when she first told him about him. He didn't give a damn about this girl. He feels disrespected and he feels like his mama is the villain. This was about his mama and him to me. I could have saved the tears because I don't know how you mumble tears, Tyra.
No,
How you mumble tears. I just stop it.
oh, okay. I'm sorry. Kanan throwing that stuff around that little crack apartment. I was just like, oh gosh. But we had to acknowledge, this singe. Yeah, he just over it. They kept doubling down. He going on down to the cemetery to say what's up to Joyce. It's like, I don't know why they chose to focus on certain things. Because we really spent a lot of time on Grandma Joyce. We really spent Joy's situation could have been 1 to 2 episodes tops. Maybe, if that. They really drug that out to have this moment. Or have, of course, the moment we have later with Lulu. We didn't need this. We're going on down here. Because, with how distraught he was, I was like, oh, he going to visit Famous. It was like, no, it's Grandma Joyce. There was never in all the seasons thus far this closeness with Grandma Joyce, whether it was Juke, whether it was Kanan, whether it was her own damn kids. That lady came around for one thing and one thing only. And if you weren't putting cash in my hand, I could give a damn. Mm-hmm. And now this season, actually, she really wasn't that bad when you think about it. Remember that one time she brought all them people brought their dogs over and I got bit on my birthday when I was 5 in band camp. You remember that? She really wasn't that bad. It's like, but this is yet again someone else who was taken away from Kanan too soon. Actually, they took Mama Joyce.
Girl. In order for Mama Joyce's character to have been pivotal, they would have been having to sprinkle Mama Joyce in since season 1. We would have needed to see I'm consoling and comforting Kanan when Rock did the first thing. Oh, the second thing, I'm going to Grandma's house. Like, we needed to have those callbacks in order for any of this to matter this season. Y'all can't. What did Judge Judy say? You can't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. Mama Joyce, Grandmama Joyce was a demon from the pits of hell. You can't turn her around on her deathbed this season. It's just not going to work. It's not significant. She was not your confidant, Kanan. You did not take real advice from her. Like, let's stop doing this. There's nobody you respect like that in the family. Can we just tell the truth and shame the devil? Like, it's never been that. And I think if they could have had developed Mama Joyce's, if they had been forward thinking in the original seasons and planned to use her on the way out, it could have been a moment. It could have been beautiful. It could have been like pulling at the heartstrings, but it did none of that. The impact they thought that Rock taking her out was going to have, it didn't have. We could give a whole damn. Like, even when Lulu was talking to Kane in this episode, your mama's the one who had to do that too. She had to do that because we wasn't men enough to do it. Go to hell. Like, it's just like, it's an afterthought. Y'all said, oh, let's throw this in there. It'll get some tears, some sympathy. It didn't land, y'all. It was a miss. And this is just dumb. But his jacket fly. I'm here for it.
The wardrobe was fire. Yeah. Everything. We had to toe fire. Okay.
To the stylist. Yeah, absolutely.
This would have meant so much if they interjected Mama Joyce as, of course you were this to us as kids. If she showed herself to be apologetic, well, if you guys aren't going to have me, at least let me make up for how poor I was as a mother through my grandchildren. And she was that confidant. She was that shoulder to cry on. And she would try to use that leverage. Like, I've changed. Like, Raquel, can y'all just give me a chance? Is it too late? If we got some of that, we never got any of that from Mama Joyce. So we could give a damn. You can't thrust her in here. Like, y'all got to care about Joyce. She got the cancer. What? We don't give a damn. We don't care. But he went on down there to see her. I just was laughing because I just knew this was Famous. I was like, oh, he went to put a rose on her. I did. And then it said, Joyce. I said, what? This is where you decided to go? Okay, it was like, oh, it was over here like reminisce over you, miss my Uncle Charles. I got to get some advice from you now. You ain't here now for me to get advice from you. I just got to come to the grave and have a talk with you. You know all them times I used to come visit you all them seasons ago. Hell no. That lady wouldn't even nurse her own son back to health. Gave him that
Mm-mm.
burnt ass food. Like, what are we talking about here?
Didn't give
Then
a single damn.
we have Lulu here. Now, as I said, Lulu thus far, and that took a while too, because we wasted how much time with Amani, who just was a girlfriend after all, or who wanted to be a potential girlfriend after all. We wasted all season on Imani for what? What? She didn't even make an appearance here. So I'm going to take that as she never mattered. She never mattered. The least we
A
could have did was
waste.
make that lady an op. But she's gone. All of that, be Rilla, all just nonsense that meant nothing. Nothing. But she carried that weight. She carried the weight. Rock gonna carry the weight. She been carrying the weight for this family for quite some time. Like, stick beside your mother. I don't care how you feel about her, what you think, she would never kill Famous. Show didn't do nothing to Crystal. As a matter of fact, when old Joyce needed to be put out of her misery, she took that weight. She did it. We couldn't do it. We was too
Girl.
busy worried about how it was going to affect us, Kanan. Rock did it. She took that weight. Meanwhile, we just sitting there like, you giving him even more leverage. She killed Grant. She killed her own mama. I know she trashed. She can kill her own mama. I know she trashed. Like, this, there was no getting through. I'm sure this was here to show that even the closest of the family, because normally we have had moments in the show where there is a certain camaraderie and they would match and touch bases on Rock ain't ish. She ain't been ish to me. She ain't been ish to you. We're always, wrapped up in the middle. And, like that moment where they shared their drink and it was just, before Lulu's complete descent, they have their moments. So it's like, oh, Kanan's really far gone. He's not even listening to rationale from Lulu. But I was like, you're giving him ammo to hate her even more. You're going to tell him what? And it was just so random. Mama Joyce, yeah, she took her out. Like, what? That wasn't your information to share, Ashley.
It was the nail in the flipping coffin. And is it cognitive dissonance? Like, is nobody getting that their nephew is a lunatic out here? Y'all don't know Kanan. Y'all done raised up Kanan and don't know Kanan. Y'all done raised Jukebox and don't know Jukebox. Like, are y'all here? Are they in the building with us? You really thought that telling Kanan, the grandmother that let him bear the weight of her cancer diagnosis secretly and told her not to tell anybody, he carrying secrets for this lady, you really went in there and said, yeah, your mama did that too. Like, that wasn't the nail in the coffin. If he wouldn't go unalive Rock before, this was his 13th reason, Tyra. He's over there. And I just, like, it's like, are y'all all delayed? Like, y'all pay attention to all the wrong stuff. How do you know? How do you raise a child? How do you raise two children and have no clue who these people are on the inside? That's the thing with continuity, I think, especially in character development. If he's stubborn now, he was stubborn then. It didn't happen overnight. Like, these certain set of events didn't cause Kanan to be fully who Kanan is. Kanan at his core should have been Kanan before. So if I tell him after all this, he's coming in here, he blames Rock for everything, let me not give him another thing to blame her for. The baby ain't tied too tight as it is. We know he got bodies. Like, we know there's this animus. Like, Lulu, I thought you had some sense now. You're just still just as dumb as a box of rocks, and I hate it for all of us going forward. It's just
I, I just don't know why that showed like some solidarity. She carried that weight. She been carrying the weight. Stick beside your mama because she killed her own mama. But we
just
couldn't do it. Like, what? Why would you
yeah.
share
So
that with
she's
him,
that she's
Lulu?
that ruthless. Yeah. So she did it. She did
This
Crystal
thing,
too. She did them all.
he did, Bree. He was like, she did that biscuit, son. She did that biscuit. Like, we don't need to know about that. Ashley?
Hey, A, thank you so much for the 9.99 super chat. Happy birthday, my sweet pea. I missed the celebration earlier, so stopping by to wish you an abundant and beautiful new year. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you
Nice.
so much, A. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you so
Thanks for the
much.
love.
Yeah, this was once again more talking. I'm surprised he didn't make his way to visit Marvin, but that was jukebox y'all this episode. But moving on, child. This took up a whole lot of time. I we had a lot of scenes with him going back and forth between Snap, Crackle, Pop, and them, and him just being in the middle. He is really invested. Okay, I figured out famous. She did it. I always knew and thought she did it, but I need confirmation on Crystal. Is this getting me any closer to Crystal? And they're just like, oh, just wait on that. We gonna get to that. But yeah, what about this? What about you and Unique and y'all coming together? I just feel like y'all trying to control me. Y'all trying to. I was like. Can't be you to say out of your mouth they're trying to trick or control you in any way or manipulate you and still fall into the manipulation is crazy. I would have bought into this if Snap Crackle and them weren't so obvious about being little demon spawns. It's very clear what they're trying to do. It's very in your face. They've never liked Rock. Whatever we have to do to get you, for whatever reason, they love you though. They see all your potential. We see
Hmm.
DEF CON, DEF CON. I was like, you ain't even
Your
DEF CON.
father. That's not even
So
your daddy.
DEF CON ain't even your father, but DEF CON, it's all about respect. Your mother don't understand that. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. For you to know and just think that your mother lasted this long in this space, as a woman out here solo dolo moving like she was, she had to be smart. We have to trust people for a certain reason, and the people we don't trust, Rock is, if nothing, she's about business. If Snap, Crackle, and Pop was all of that, we probably would have been over there. We weren't for a reason because they was trash. Business or not, they're trash. They're gonna manipulate, kill, push, and kill whatever to get the result that they want. But Kanan is so blind by his hatred for Rock. And I do understand, especially those power fans, he didn't get her overnight. He has reason to question Rock or look at her sideways because how many times have you lied to me? But this isn't about that. This is about Kanan moving in a headspace of what he's been saying for seasons now. I'm trying to stand on my own, be my own individual, getting away from Rock because you trying to control me. You trying to tell me, first you're trying to keep me away from it. This is our legacy. This is our family. You lied to me. Okay, fine. Not only can't keep me away, but I'm gonna get into it voluntarily and sneak and do this. You're tired of me sneaking, messing stuff up, getting the D-Wizards of the world shot up. All right, Kaden, I'm gonna take you under my wing. All of this, the stuff with Howard was just gonna be trash regardless. Cause Rock, please, that was trash. But why would you get with two other individuals that are doing the exact same thing tenfold of what your mom wouldn't do? Because your mom definitely wasn't going to touch Famous, definitely wasn't going to touch Crystal. Rock is only going to touch somebody who's a threat to the family or to your well-being, and they were neither like that at the time. I don't get it, but we spent a lot of time here with him being stuck in the middle, indecisive, and just downright stupid, in my opinion. Ashley.
Oh yeah, just like I said, dumb as a box of rocks. And here's the thing, and I don't know where this. It's like anybody but Rock, like anybody but Rock. And really, I mean, the one thing I'm grateful for, at the end of this season, seeing what we see and knowing what we know now, is that Kanan is really going to have to see what it really is like that out there. Because as much as he's hated Rock throughout these seasons where he's been trying to navigate his independence and do his own thing, she's always been working behind the scenes to protect him. And so I think now without that protection, he's really going to see what it is. But I feel like Wendell has been so wasted in this series. I feel like these characters are such stereotypes, and I wanted more from them. Again, we talked about this a couple episodes ago. Like, I would love to dive into the organization because it seems like she might be actually the brains behind everything. But these matching JJ Fad outfits, the symbiotic speak, like let's say the same thing at the same time. Let me make some introductions. I don't know. It's, for me, it's not so much Kanan's anger with his mom or his feelings of animosity because of what she's done, the hurt. I get all that. It's the blind, stupid fury that he has to where he can't see straight. Like that's it's almost, it mirrors Unique's obsession with her. Like his hate and disdain for his mom mirrors that of Unique, except his is a little bit more justified. But what it does for both of them, it makes them dumb, it makes them slow, it makes them delayed. Because like there's no reason you don't see their slip showing from episode 1 of this season. It's everything. It's, oh no, you still got to run us that money.
Yeah, you
Sorry,
gotta run
Ronnie's
that
dead, but we
money.
had a deal. And then it's a couple episodes later. Yeah, no, we're gonna have to impose, this
No,
extra,
wait, not even that money, because he ran the money. It was like, no, there's some interest and some other
yeah,
stuff on
there's
it.
more.
We want that.
We want more. And now I want more than that. I want actually this percentage in these corners. We can make it happen too sweet. Baby, they're running your life. Like, and you don't see that outside of the fact that they're nefarious and evil Bond villains. Outside of that, like, ooh, we're gonna get him. I don't know. It just I hate that for his character, because how do you grow in this? And you haven't sat down and even listened to anybody who's an elder in the game. I would have taken it from Marvin, from Lulu, Kanan. I see you over here with Snap, Crackle, and Pop. This ain't the move, my guy. Like, give me some of that, but we got none of it. And it's so dumb. It's so dumb and silly. I don't even know where they're going to go from here, Tyra, with Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Pop, pop, pop.
Before we take a little break to show y'all some love and celebrate the fact that we have over 100 people here, Dane with the $2 said, I spent all my week super chat on Ashley today. Whew, he said today just drained me. He said, happy birthday, girl. Thank you so much, Dane. Here's a moment for all 100 of you guys to hit that like button.
Smile, I don't want to see you cry. Got some questions that I gotta ask, and I hope you can come up with the answers, baby. Girl, it's easy to love me now. Would you love me if I was down and out? Would you still have love for me? Girl, it's easy to love me now. Would you love me if I was down and out? Would you still have love for me? If I fell off tomorrow, would you still love me? If I didn't smell so good, would you still hug me? If I got locked up and set this till a quarter century, could I count on you to be there to support me mentally? If I went back till hoopty for my bands, would you poof and disappear? Like some of my friends, if I was hit and I was hurt, would you be by my side? If it was time to put in work, would you be down to ride? I doubt, kill a nigga, cat, chill and drive. I'm asking questions to find out how you feel inside. If I ain't back, I flip burgers at Burger King. Would you be ashamed to tell your friends you're feeling me? In the bed, if I use my tongue, would you like that? If I wrote you a love letter, would you write back? If we can have a little drink, you know, a nightcap, we can go do what you like. I know you like that. Like, girl, it's easy to love me now.
Ciao.
Can I say something real quick to a comment, Tyra? Can I say something real quick to a comment?
Go ahead.
The devil a lie. No one's speaking to Kanan's nobility. That's not what we're looking for in a villain at all. I don't give a damn about his nobility. It's his stupidity that gets me, because even with a villain like Ronnie, I hated Ronnie, but I respect the villainy. Like, I respect his motivations. I saw it. You know what I'm saying? To me, he made sense as a villain. Kanan is he's just delayed. And you know, I don't expect nobility or righteousness. I just need you to be 100, and I want a smart villain. If I want one, I want him to be formidable. I want him to be smart, or at least on the journey to get there.
First of all, anybody who watched Power and you saw Kanan, the 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson in action, yeah, nobility is not what we're looking for. I'm looking for wits and smarts. All I wanted in this moment, even if he was going to pick sides, was, yeah, you think you're working me, but I'm working you. I know what the hell is going on up in here. I don't want to be underneath Rock's thumb. I damn sure want to be underneath yours. I'm going to let you think I might be that naive, but I'm not. No, he really is this naive. He really is this naive. And just the Kanan that we know, Kanan is cold. Like, and I know, and I said that, and I hate that I said it now because this came into fruition, but I remember watching that first, I don't know who I was discussing this second season of the show with, but I was like, the poetic way for this show to end would be for Kanan to kill his mother. For him to be that diabolical in the Power universe, he would have to have done something like that to be so uncaring. I didn't think it was going to be like this, though. I never thought it would be like this, to where it was like, even if he was going to be, you know, falling into this web of deception, I just wish Snap, Crackle, and Pop would have had to work a little harder to get him. It just feels so easy. Like, they could tell him the sky was green. He's going to go, yeah, it is green because Rock said it was blue. like, as long as Rock didn't say it, it's just like, come on, like, find your footing. I'm just waiting on it. Like, how many more seasons they expecting to get out of the show? I thought we would be at the point of him finding like his independence, and I thought he was going to be manipulating all of this. Like, I might not know exactly what you did, but I'm not just going to be all trusting of you either. If I couldn't trust my own mother 100%, what makes me think that I can trust you too? I'm gonna have eyes in the back of my head. It's just, yes, okay. As long as Raquel didn't say it, it's gold. What? Nobility. Kanan Stark, noble? Crazy, maybe. Serial killer. Psychotic, but not that. Then we have Juke. What I did appreciate in this episode was it being brought up what I've been saying all along when we're getting into this conversation with Raquel that wasn't all bad. I always say every single extension that Rock has to her, for good or bad, especially when it's good, it always leads back to Kanan. It's always, well, look out for your cousin. How's Kanan? We even see the first episode when he get beat up. She's like, what was Juke when you got beat up? They was holding her back. Oh, okay, put this locket in a sock and we going to get your money back. All of this, whatever. It's always been that. But what I didn't like was it was as if Juke could never even acknowledge the extension that she did have for her as an auntie. Baby Marvin wasn't always Marvin, and we know that. We had a strong hatred and a real relationship with Marvin starting off because how he was treating Juke based on her sexuality, because of, Kenya and the absentee of that. She always made space for Juke, always took her in. Was
Always.
there always a narrative of, well, you have to carry that, you the oldest, make sure your cousin's safe? It was, and I think it transitioned because that's what Rock was to the brothers and her family, her taking it on, kind of this matriarch thing. But it was always a love and always some honesty with Juke, and it seemed like Juke forgot all of that. And it's just, I see you. You think I wouldn't? I see you. Like, you ain't. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, what? I was a little taken back by that. And I know we're supposed to be getting into Juke's kind of descend also. All of them are supposed to be getting a little like detached. This whole season was, we not little no more. We not kids no more. We not, just itty bitty teen boppers. We have our own, decisions we're gonna make, our own opinions. You can't just tell us verbatim what's what and we're just gonna run with it. We have questions. But the way that she kept questioning Rock, even if she didn't believe her this episode, the perpetual, so you think she did Fame? She did Crystal? You think she said it so many times this episode? I was like, baby, I'm tired. Every single scene, it kept being that. And I was like, oh, we're wasting time. Like I said, yet again, there was that. We have Aisha here. We literally had Aisha here to get some familiar cat, as Ashley calls it, because we were going to get to that. And, am I better than your boyfriend? And all, yeah, whatever. We don't really care about that. We don't have any stock there like that. We don't care. I'm glad you getting a groove on, but this really was to have the conversation that she has about Marvin and why she can't leave. My dad still needs me. Still trying to grease our gears on Marvin dying this season. Knew that shit wasn't happening. But then we take a trip on down there from the manager from Butter. Why? That was such a waste of time. That was such a waste of time. I know that was supposed to be deep because Juke's narrative right now is nobody ever cares about Juke for real. Nobody ever asks how I'm doing. It's always about Kanan. And go check on Kanan. And we're talking about Kanan, but we have the manager from Butter who could give a damn, who was trying to give all her fake ass Debbie Allen teas. You want fame? This is where you start sweating. You start paying and sweat. Didn't care about these girls. I was like, did somebody track her down? They heard an old Butter song. Did they offer her a deal? And she come to sniff around, see if they still interested in singing? Because maybe we threw the Butter jersey in the garbage. Why? That was a waste of time. And then every single moment on earth that we have with Garcia is always a waste of time. I couldn't get into it. I was glad that Juke found a voice to say, I matter too. It shouldn't have always just been about Kanan. I'm your niece. I'm here. You didn't see me. But it was, I saw you when you thought I wouldn't. Yeah, I listen. I've been witness to everything. And low-key, Rock, you ain't shit. I was like, well, damn. Ashley?
First of all, I'm your auntie. You not my. I brought you in this world. You ain't bring me here. Cause who are you talking to, little girl? Like, let's never get it twisted and let you think that I'm one of your little friends, jukebox. I don't care how big you think you are, how many bodies you feel like you want to drop in your imagination, how thick you get, and how much random cat you get in bar bathrooms. I am your auntie, and you will respect me. Because here's the thing: when she's out here trying to find herself, trying to live, when Marvin is choking her out in the corner and she's sliding down the walls throwing up, who dried your tears? Who rocked you in their lap? Who patted you on the back and said it's gonna be all right, jukebox? I did. I did that. Who fed you when you was hungry? Who clothed you when you was naked, jukebox? Huh? What happened when you needed some more Ralph Lauren? Who put some money in your pocket and said, "Baby, go run up a bag"? Like, you would never play in Rock's face, because as despicable as Rock has been to Jukebox, she has been a great auntie. Like, let's be very clear. And so the struggle that I have with this whole situation is, while Kanan is your best friend, he's your ace boon, I get it. Rock has been that to you. To me, if it's my auntie and she's shown me love when I felt unaccepted, when no one else was there for me, when no one else was holding me down, and there is this ruffle going on, and I know my auntie's with the I'm gonna have a talk with her, but it's gonna be with the utmost respect. It's never me sitting across like I'm a mob boss talking about so Rock, you know what Kanan says, you know, I saw you there, you never respected me. Like, it's, to me, it's played out. It wasn't the time, it wasn't the place. Jukebox is gonna be crying, rocking back and forth in somebody's closet next season about what happened, because this was all wrong. She even approached her wrong. As far as Aisha, you knew they wanted to bring them pocketbooks back together. It was that same old thing. But what y'all are pissing me off with the LGBT storylines and all these shows, even The Last of Us just did this. Am I as good as him? How do I compare? What's my rating? Baby, go on and eat that cat because you like it, and don't worry about the comparison. Like, what is we doing here? Why is this a competition of the cat eaters? I don't give a damn. Garcia, you know how I feel about Garcia. This is dumb. Every 5 seconds, I don't need it. And 5678 over here, all she wanted was a bag. She ain't let them girls. She ain't like them girls half the time. I don't even know why we accepted this call or got the invitation. Girl, go directly to hell.
Eat that cat and stop complaining.
And don't say nothing else about it. How do I rate? Am I better than your man? Did Jesse hit it like that? Did you hit it like that? I don't give a damn.
I just can't with you. I can't play with you right now. I'm just not about to. I was gonna say something and I forgot what it was.
I'm sorry.
I completely forgot. But ditto, eat that cat and stop complaining. I don't know why we have to have that. I don't know. We could just, because we knew what Aisha was there for. We wasn't there to die. We was there for some cat. But like all of the, so am I better than your boyfriend? Like, oh, okay. I'm glad, Duke's all sexually active and whatnot. I just expected a little bit more. I think I expected more interjection from Jukebox, because it seems like the previous episode she was more so on the fence, and this episode is just like, yeah, she did it and we need to prove it type energy. But I'm also a little indecisive because I keep asking about it, Juke, and then we're in the same breath saying how much we know her. Well, if you know her, how could you think she would do that? I don't know. It's the lady in leather, that crowd wolf. But Rock has been looking good this season. That's the best thing that happened this season. Rock looked good this season. Best thing.
She did.
Yeah, but yeah. Ain't no almost. I saw the almost in the chat. No, I miss Burke. I miss Shannon Burke real bad. Detective Howard. Miss them down. If we had to trade that in, even the storyline that was going on there for Garcia, please get the Garcia the hell up out of here. A day late and $1 short, Marvin. Okay. Now, Marvin has been quite the disappointment all season, and they didn't disappoint this episode. Everything was so quick. Like, we got to close stuff up. We got to hurry up. The way he ran in there and shot Early Tyler like a GTA game, it was like, poof, he was just gone. That's what the hell? Did I miss it? Was there conversation? What? Oh, he just poof. Oh, she's just gone. What? Can't leave nobody else. I messed up last time. Whoop, let me kill you. It was so quick. There's been all this lingering tension with him and Early. Early did not need to make it to the finale, baby. We didn't need him. We didn't. I want these actors working, but we didn't need him. We didn't need Early Tyler to be trying to make it all the way to the end, hiding out after he's went and snitched, as if Stefano didn't know already what was going on. The way that Marvin was so delusional, damn near begging and stuff on. We can work this out. Wait, Stefan, before you make any crash decision, we can don't cut us off. We can figure something out. Stefan, but I still lying. Like Marvin, Stefano's known what's going on. Like he said, I had a little affinity for rock, had a little whatever for this. I'm done with this. Yeah, y'all cut off. All of our business dwellings are over. We even make time for Uncle Marvin. Oh, Uncle Marvin and his little white babies. We just completely blew that over. We don't have no more time for no police investigations. I'm going to assume with the little meth house, crack house, that the police believe that some tattooed, black-haired white freak came in and shot them people dead. But Marvin makes sure they have, Skipper and Mary at the door. They open it because they're, well-off white family. She's going to be safe now. He does a little, Marvin did a little, he's like, oh, actually, now look, he went, oh. He did. He would have made sure little baby was okay. But all of that, I didn't care for it. The main thing here was the conversation that he had with Rock. I was into it, but I wasn't, because it feels like we've had this conversation maybe 3 times now. We already know about Marvin's complex, and I was the big brother, I was the big whatever, until I fell off this in time, and then I'm coming back working under you, which is why I would even entertain some stuff like Stefano, allow him to bring any tension within our relationship to say, well, she told me, we talked about replacing you and vice versa, when it was never that. But you've always had a problem with me being in charge. Makes you go run off and do stupid stuff like this, or stupid stuff like with the Italians, or stupid stuff like with Tony Deep. It's always something. It's always something. This is his, perpetual narrative. But the potential here is, well, is this the last conversation that he ever got to have with his sister? Because it was thick. I feel like they wanted this to be a I own you nigga type moment, a Lulu moment, with Rock just being up here and tired of Marvin. But it wasn't that for me. Ashley?
Yeah, it didn't give for me at all, even in the intent that she had for us. You over there making deals with Stefano? I know about it, Marvin. You wanted to take my spot. You want to be me, Flash? You can't be me. You want my spot, Flash? Like, the best thing about this was Marvin's pose with his hands on his hips, the
Marvin don't
obligatory
look
Marvin
good,
pose.
Marvin.
It look clean, boy, fine. Like, what Marvin will never be is unfine. All right. I'm gonna give him that. But yeah, this was all just a bit much for me. Little Susie absolutely told the story that her Uncle Marvin told her to tell. And she even gave the hi, Uncle Marvin. Like, I'm here for the little white tea children. I'm happy. She looks like she's in a better place. So good for her. As far as Marvin, he's been the Terminator this season. There's been no rhyme, no reason. In order to clean up any mess, any disparity. Let me take out early. The other man said, "Hey, man, I don't even know what's going on here." Well, Marvin said he gave somebody a chance last season, and we know how that worked out. He's over mercy. The conversation with Stefano is what really got me, because earlier this season, we saw Marvin unalive a black man in this black man's place of business, because the black man told Marvin that he was a step and fetch it. Well, I'll be damned if he wasn't stepping and fetching it for evil Uncle Tony in that restaurant, begging, what must I do to be saved? I could have just, Marvin, who are we now? We've lost the plot, baby. Do you know who you are at this point? Do I hate that this is potentially the last conversation he had with Rock? I mean, sure, but I don't give a damn. Rock, as smart as Rock was in seasons 1 and 2, I'm disappointed in what they did to her character this season. I think if we got to the place we get to at the end of this season, she deserved more. She deserved more as a heroine of the story, as the female lead of the story. And I feel like they really watered her down and made her incompetent almost this season. You're just missing everything. Nothing's going, like, I don't know. We're just chasing our tail this entire season. I'm really disappointed about that, more than I am about Marvin not dying. Of course, we see him almost get blop, blop, blop. It was so heavy-handed that he was going to be taken out. Like I said, I needed at least a flesh wound. Because Marvin,
no, they gave you a flesh wound last season. You got a flesh wound last season. You wanted another one.
My other leg.
Oh,
that's what I
damn,
needed.
my other leg. You wanted another flesh wound, Ashley?
Yeah, I did. You need to bleed a little bit, Marvin. You're doing too much.
I wasn't surprised. I told y'all, that's it for Marvin. Marvin out of here. Marvin, We do this every single season. I guess they thought, what is that, Velvet? We're gonna do something different this time. It's not gonna be Lulu. It's not gonna be Marvin. We're gonna act like we took out Rock. We did something different. It wasn't like the other seasons. It's not one of the brothers. Now it's Raquel. Like, they have an issue with killing off our main folks. They do. What we know it would do for the stories. And notice when we said killing somebody off to push narratives, we never mentioned Rock in that conversation. It was
No, me
always
neither.
either Lulu or Marvin. If you take one of the brothers out of this dynamic, it's going to mean something narratively for the story that we haven't seen before. We're going to push these characters forward, and especially push Kanan forward. And I said if they were going to do this shit this season again and not really take anybody out, then you needed to have Rock and Marvin be behind killing Famous. We have to push something. We have to put the tension there. The tension this season is Kanan believing lies. All right, I guess so. It wasn't enough for me. Wasn't enough. Here we go. You know, say we're doing something different. Come on,
And
Tony.
Dane, it's about perspective. Who said who is Rock a villain to everybody? Absolutely not.
Has
she done villainous things? Sure. I would consider her a heroine though for the show.
Child, we even get what we continue to get a lot. I was like, oh goddamn, Pernessa. The perpetual victim. Pernessa is always standing by to be intimidated, be victimized, be slapped, be stomped on, be something. Last season, it was what's the brother name? Intimidating her all season. Ronnie all up in her space, intimidating her. We didn't know what he was gonna do to Pernessa in that damn apartment. Season before that, it's rocking. We going down and Unique. They almost shot you up with the baby in the car. This, that. She always on her ass, on her knees, just down and out. Just Lord, every single time. We had that conversation earlier. We need some tit for tat. You're going after my family. I'm going to go after yours. We hit her, but not well enough because we knew exactly where to go to find her. We put Lulu on her. Lulu's acting this episode was like, Lulu was smirking to hell in every scene. Like, it'll be my joy. It's my pleasure to do that bidding. I go get her ass right now. What else you need me to do? Because I'm a dragon slayer. All right, we're here. We follow, Mama and Dialysis on down to the perpetual victim, Pernessa, to kidnap her. But not just her. We take little baby Neek too. So now we have them both. And B Rilla is the getaway driver. Because, we still need B Rilla in the cut. Because he's so useful, Yeah. This is just what it is. Do we bring it up? Do we have a conversation of, you think blah, 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 blah. We got your woman. We got your woman and your kid. To see Unique nostrils flare up. No, we just have this happen. Have him do a little Ike turn on Pernessa. Get your ass in the car. They put women in jail for kidnapping their kids, don't you? Get in the car, Pernessa. We had a little moment, and then that's just it. Ashley, why must Pernessa be the victim of every single season?
I don't know, because take her out already. If you're just going to continue to victimize her and make her a dumping ground for abuse, just get her out of there. If I was Pernessa, when Neek was declared unalived, I'd have been down in Georgia with my son, living a whole new life. I'd have found me a man down there to take care of me, and I'd have went on about my life. Because, baby, New York ain't for you, Pernessa. You look rode hard and put away wet, poor thing. She looks bad, Tyra. She going through the ringer. She's making dumb moves. I knew she was on something when she popped up at Rock's house in season or in episode 1 or episode 2. Like, girl, what is you finna do? Like, Pernessa need to go sit down somewhere. She's just a liability at this point. Neek will probably be the one to end up taking her out. I don't think Lulu is gonna unalive this lady or the baby, especially with everything that's just gone down. As far as a character, I think it's hard when you put a woman in this position just to be perpetually abused. Like, we just gotta watch Neek's hemming her up, Ronnie hemming her up. Like, it's just nothing. It's just flat and stale. I would rather her be. I would have rather they did a crystal number on her than to keep seeing her over and over again down in the gutter. That's what I would rather.
If Lulu would have rolled up and shot Pernessa dead right there in that parking garage, I would have been sad. Let's get it going. Let's go. Let's go. Like, what are we doing? We're having her live to fight another day to be kidnapped another time next season. Like, I just, I don't know. I'm sure she's going to be abused, especially with us not knowing what's going to happen with Rock. But I am a little tired of seeing Pranessa be a damn victim every single time. I feel to say Pranessa get a gun or something, but she don't, she can barely hold a gun and get snatched from her every time. She's just not about that life. But girl, please. Now this here, the talk of the town. Stefano didn't die. He ain't dead. He just got stabbed. I don't know. We have this meeting of the minds here. Before Stefano could lean in good, we lingered in this scene a bit too long also. That's how I knew somebody was gonna get shot. I didn't know somebody was gonna stab. I thought somebody was maybe waiting, like a sniper or somebody was something. No, I just cause the benches, this damn bench here in the Power universe just means somebody's about to die. It means somebody about to die. Every single time we had a good killing in the Power universe, in the OG Power, one of these benches, you were either on the bench, by the bench, you saw the bench in a shot, but you were going to die over here. I think they gave us, it was a decent death or whatever, giving that false sense of security because, in broad daylight, it's daylight. We ain't doing nothing in the daylight, are we? No, we shank Uncle Tony right there. Ashley, what did this do for you?
Nothing at all. I don't give a damn about evil Uncle Tony and his blowout. Go on somewhere. Like, at this point, I'm fine to have one representative of the 5 families be the representation for all of the Italians in the show. I don't need all this. Like, this to me takes away. We have the Chinese, we have the Italians, we have the Colombians or Dominicans, whoever. Like, come on, give us one representative from each group. I don't need all this infighting on the other side. I don't need to see Mama Soprano. I don't need to see Russo. Just let's be done with it. And I don't give a damn if I ever see Uncle Tony or not. But 9 times out of 10, it was just a shank. Like, he'll be fine. Yeah. He'll recover.
Why wouldn't you I'm sorry, why wouldn't you Tory Lanez him outside? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? We did one shank tell you sleeping with the fishes. Shank. Oh yeah, I'm walking off. Like, what?
And then are they gonna make us go through the consequences for unaliving a made man? Because you know what that is. That's supposed to be. So are we gonna have to watch all that play out? I don't give a damn. I'm just trying to focus on the 4. I think, and maybe that's where we lost ourselves, because maybe the focus has come off the main thing, the Thomas family, and it started revolving around in these other spaces, and maybe they just weren't equipped to handle that properly. Was it too many characters, Tyra? Is that the problem?
No, I think we have just as many characters as we've had in other seasons. It's just the writing is just poor this season. It's just different. Whoever Tasha is, get Tasha back. Get her back if she was making the difference here. But this wasn't like, oh, not Uncle Tony. The way I wanted Marvin to be somewhere, and Marvin been terminating and killing it, right? I just wanted Marvin to be somewhere and be a sharpshooter and shoot both of them in the damn head while they were sitting here on this bench. But this is just what it is. This is just what it is.
Flashback of that other wedding, I was like, oh, Marvin gonna be on that type of time. Like, oh, okay, we're gonna get some of the 5, and it wasn't anything like that. Nothing of the sort.
I guess it was supposed to be an extension of that wedding court, whatever situation where he took out the maid man, who was that? Goddamn Unique sitting over there, baby. I got you, baby. We're gonna be over there with the wife. Cause are you hitting that? Why are you over there at that lady house, Unique? All in her face. She leaning all on your shoulder. Are you hitting that?
That's what it looked like.
We have all of that going on, and she's like, I'm going to do something about it. I guess this was her doing something about it, or giving the okay, like, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, this was her doing something about it. Did it have anything to do with Marvin or have those type of repercussions? No. And in the end, I don't like that whatever happens to Stefano, this is supposed to be death. The end, it's not justifying the means, just like with them throwing cocktails in the windows. Them people are long gone. The business is already falling apart. They've already cut off ties with
Rock,
the Thomas family. And then you have Stefano here. He just told them, y'all, it's dead. It's dead. I don't want no business dealing with y'all. You're cut off. It don't matter. You were already cut off before you got stabbed. Like,
that's what I'm saying. What's the point?
I don't know. Just to have another killing, because we were short of killings this season. We needed one more. Now, baby, it's my nephew, Breeze. It's Breeze, y'all. The moment we've all waited for. This the Breeze? This Breeze that be watching Jeopardy? This the one? This the okay. Now look at here. Shamik Moore is a very capable actor, especially in this element. The way he got his happy ass out of that little red Corvette with this side cap on, I say, this ain't Breeze. This is not Breeze. I thought Breeze would be a little older, a little taller, and be introduced in a really like, ooh, like who the fuck is that? This was like little red car. He drove up like, baby, you're much too fast. He got out the car. I say, where you skipping to, Barbie? Where you going? Ken, what's up? Just rolled up there.
Hey,
Yeah. So
Barbie. Hey,
I heard,
Ken.
hi, Barbie. Like, I heard about you. Heard you act just like me. I heard you about business. I was like, this standoff in the street with Snap, Crackle, and Pop behind them. Yeah, I think it's about time y'all have a meeting. You know, the two mans, the meeting of the minds and the deepness of the like. Boy, Wendell, shut your ass up back there. It just felt, I don't know. It felt cheesy. It felt a little inorganic. I was very, let me not say it, like I was very happy to see Shamik Moore because Shamik, all the Miles Morales and the dope of it, baby, that's Raekwon the chef. I was over there in the Wu-Tang streets real heavy, so I was really happy to see him because I know he can hold that weight. This the one that can hold the weight, do that bid, did that biscuit. He can do that. But the way you present him, it matters. And I thought that this was pretty cheesy. Them standing there and Kanan in the eyebrow and yeah, what you want me to do with this, Ashley?
He already short and stocky. I don't know why they had him dressed like this in the first place. Like, let the boy be clean. You know what I'm saying? And I agree. Shamik Moore is very capable. Loved him. Was introduced to him in the Get Down and enjoyed
Mm-hmm.
him in that series incredibly. So I think I'm fine with him being Breeze, but this has been such a long-awaited reveal. I think they needed to do it more justice than meeting on a street corner with these matching furs. Like, here's the hypnotic, the exotic, the illustrious, Breeze. Like, come on, guys. I don't know. It was lost on me. I would have been appreciative if we had found out in this moment that Breeze had been the one orchestrating something in the background. If he had come in, like, on some type of time, you know what I mean, to show us what his prowess was, what his strengths were, and then Kanan to be surprised, like, oh, who's this? Oh, this has been so and so, and he's been doing this all along. But I feel like this was lazy, like the rest of the episode, and he deserved more. DeMarcus said he's like Cole Brown from Martin with this
Cole
hat on.
Brown. Rhythm spoons. It was giving rhythm spoons. It was. It was.
Oh.
This is flavor though. This whole outfit is flavor. It's very 90s. It was just the dialogue for me.
It's because he's too short. No, he's a short king. I didn't need him all choked up like that. There was a different outfit to put on. I stand on it,
It was
and I won't take it back.
the little red car when he came up. It was like, "Hi, Ken." It was very. He got out. He was all happy. I was like, "What the hell?" I need the energy. Where is it? It's like, yeah. So you Kanan, you Breeze. I just needed something else because the material is here. I'm never going to act like Shamik can't carry. Did I want somebody maybe just and it didn't have to be like oh he's 25. Like I thought it was going to be a little older, a little taller. I did. And if we could have got some The Wire alumni, that would have been even better. But it's cool. Cause girl, like if one of them little kids, because we y'all, if you don't know, we are watching The Wire for the first time every single Tuesday. We are currently on season 4. If one of them little kids, one of them little boys would have hopped out, like a Tristan Wiles or somebody, girl would be like, oh, okay, it's Michael. Or even the little one with the puff, with the ponytail, because they got some age on them now, but they just age enough to really like hop out, and it's something familiar. I would have been like, oh, okay, look at this. It was just like, oh, it's Shamik Moore. He looked like he just walked off of the Wu-Tang set. Let me see. Minus the belly. Thank you so much, Darfalina. Snaps and Pop ought to be shamed. They running around the city terrorizing teenagers. They not putting no fear in my heart. Wendell Pierce deserved better than this.
Indeed.
Yeah. It's absolutely there. It's absolutely there. I would have loved that, but I'm happy it's here. I just knew it was gonna be Mac Wiles though.
I need them just not to mess this up. Don't mess up his character. He's supposed to be smart, wise, brutal, all of those things. I need him to be all of that.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. He I was happy to see him. I was happy to see him. But if it would have been
You know what you
somebody
need?
from The Wire, it would have been like, oh snap, Buck, look who it is. But getting off into the coup de grace in the episode, because Garcia rolled up on Kanan and said it was Louis. Okay, it was Louis. He rolls up and says, we found Crystal. She's dead. Not only is she dead, but suspects say that they saw a woman coming out of the building. That
Ooh.
woman just had to be Raquel, because who else could it be? We have him, of course, say this to Juke first, and he ready to get over there, realizing what he's doing. She's, oh no, snatch it. If you're not with me, you against me. Snatch his whole arm and everything. Kind of waves a little blicky at Juke a little bit, just
Oh,
just a
not a
little
little
bit,
bit, a lot
just a
of
little
bit.
bit. But he goes right on down there, and Rock is just spent. This wasn't a bad scene. It just seems like Rock was so accepting because I created this. In spite of everything I tried to do, this is just what it is. My son hates me and thinks I'm so deceptive to the point that I would kill his best friend and kill his girlfriend. And now he is here to shoot me. What else can I say? Everything he ever thinks I say is a lie. How can I save myself in this moment outside of just saying, I love you, son, and I would never hurt you? But if we close these eyes, like we're just very accepting. If this is how I'm going out, then this is how I'm going out. I didn't want to hear nothing Kanan had to say. It's the same. It's been very much the same all freaking season. Rock you. You never loved me. You never like. Did you forget everybody's forgotten everything? Rock is very much like you guys said, and I'm not even going to say the ghost of the show. As a mother, there has been dimension to Rock. She's been on both sides. You've received both sides from her. What I thought we would leave off in this season was with Kanan. If he's choosing that side, fine. But basically, Rock washing her hands, whether it's Kanan, whether it's Jukin saying, "I'm gonna let you fall on your face. I'm gonna let you figure it out on your own, son or niece. I can't save you guys forever. You're growing up. You're gonna be man enough to make these decisions. I'm gonna let you stand on them, even if it's means potentially hurting you." She's always in the background saving him shooting her, or possibly shooting her. Now, prior to any articles or whatever, I don't think she's dead. I don't think she's dead. I don't know if we are at this point, because maybe Patina wants to move on to other things. Maybe there's another project, who knows? But narratively, I don't see the sense in killing Rock. Where would we go? Ashley, I'm gonna come to you. What did you think about this scene? And if it is up to that, what is this show without Raquel?
There is no show without Raquel. Period. Period. In my opinion, I think it's a force that we always needed in the story. I think Rock has carried for so long that hate her or love her, we need her. And the villainy y'all want to put on her from season one, the Rock hasn't been that Rock for quite a while now. Like, let's just be honest. This Rock that we got this season has been the most docile, watered down Rock that we have seen in the history of Rocks. Because if Rock was everything y'all want her to be and make her to be, she would have been ready for Kanan when he walked in there and had a blicky on her hip, because this is the second time in a matter of weeks that somebody has popped up in her house and she's been caught with her pants down. I think that at the end of the day, for better or worse, Rock has always loved Kanan and has done everything within her power, behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, to protect him, to provide for him, and to keep him safe. Now, he can't see the forest for the trees for this. And there is a moment in time where I could have been okay with Kanan taking Rock out. If it had been a bitter situation and it was out of passion or justice in the moment, like it's either me or her, it's either this situation or her, I could see that. But him going in here with this dry emotion, if I can be honest with you, and no disrespect to the actor playing Kanan, I didn't believe him. I don't believe him in this scene. as far as him ready just to take her out. You just done everything. You done everything. Rock, I just can't let this go. I can't, like, I don't care. I think we always need a Rock dynamic. We needed that strong female lead in the character to balance things out and to be a safe place to come home. I think without her, I think the show loses its roots and I think it loses its grounding, especially the way it was done. If I was going to eliminate Rock, it would have been done in the last season, and it probably would have been done with only a couple of episodes left, because honestly, I don't know if there's any other characters that are going to be strong enough to fill that spot. I don't know. I don't know what's going to ground them. I don't know what the connective tissue is going to be anymore. Because, like I said, for better or for worse, she's the glue that held the family together, whatever way you want to slice it. From Lulu to Marvin to Kanan to Jukebox, she was kind of the North Star. So I don't know what happens. But like you said, we read the articles. We know what they're saying. But it's just really silly to me to do this. It's really silly.
I don't see because not only have they been known to have fake out deaths every season, but we also had that whole fiasco with Unique and that situation. So I don't narratively put it past them to do certain things. I could see where this is going. Like I said, for Kanan to progress and be that psychopath he is in the Power universe, he would have had to have killed his mother. And everybody, he didn't kill his mama. Remember episode such and such? I always want to plot an episode of Power. And he said his mama was up. I don't give a damn what he said. I said what I said. That would narratively make sense and really push him to mentally be in that space. This would work. Like I said, we should have done all along. I don't know why we want to, I guess, add some guilt on to Caden's back. If she had orchestrated taking out Famous, this would work. This would work. This would work. This would be that push. This is not, if Rock was, still up to her old tricks and we were all, it was you all along. It's not. They have made her the softest, the most sincere. She's not as hard. We wasn't even this soft for old Symphony. We are sure at all times to have this hard exterior, this I don't need anybody. My weakness has always only been my son, and I've only ever cared about my son. But what is it if that's not there anymore? She has been the least villainous all season. I think all season we were waiting for her to like
Anybody.
Rock, turn up. Like, let's go. Like, where's Rock? She hasn't been that. So to kind of cut her down to this and have this possibly be the moment that she's taken out, it's underwhelming. It's underwhelming. I think she most definitely deserved better if that is the case. But I don't know what the show is without Rock. I don't know. I'm understanding why they would feel like, it's about that time to take her out. And then not only is he stuck with, yeah, I had to take out my own mother. This causes all type of tension in the family because, yeah, how do we ride out on our nephew? If that is the case and you took her out. Because we're left with, what, Juke, Marvin, and Lulu? And you do what? Were you going to kill Kanan? Like, that leaves, just tension in the ranks.
They putting a
And
lot on Breeze to carry. I don't because I don't.
there,
I'm trying to
I'm
think of
putting it
what
over here.
actor who can sustain. Like I'm
I'm
just trying to
putting it over
figure.
here. This is where they're trying to get us to. I think they're trying to get us here,
Mhm.
but we really need to care about Kanan. That has fell short as hell this season. And it's not even about just like not liking Kanan as a character or how he's been acting. The show always leaned towards Rock for a very long time. This has been Raising Rock. Raising Rock, Rock raising them boys, Rock raising Marvin, Rock raising Lulu, and all the while trying to raise Kanan. All of that, it's been that. So to just kind of have an abrupt switch to where, all right, we're done with that. We need Kanan to be Kanan Stark of the streets and get him closer to Tommy and Ghost and Breeze and all those stories that we heard in the Power OG. Yeah, but was this the best way to go about it? I don't think so. I guess I think that's what's next. I think they're trying to get us there. Of course, if that is the case, because I kept saying like it ain't over till it's over. I'm waiting on Rock to put on that red dress from Joyce. We did not get that this season.
We did it.
We did not. The best thing that they could do, is probably have a fake out situation. You thought I was dead, and she comes back like she never left. You want to be over there? I'm gonna treat your ass like you're an enemy. Going over there with rocking them. Well, snap, crackling, popping them. We finna go at it. If that's that, fine. But if it's not that, and Rock is just deaded, and we're left with Snap, Crackle, Pop, the vengeance of Lulu and Marvin, and the displacement of the family because Raquel isn't there, and we're resting on Breeze and Kanan up until the moment that he figures out, oh, it was you guys this whole time. Y'all orchestrated Famous. You popped Crystal in the head. Y'all been lying to me, manipulating me. Nick stole my money, killed OC. He even tried to put OC on Rock this episode. Probably OC too. Probably OC too. She probably killed OC too. I was like, what? I guess. I mean, I can't say it's something I'm excited about. I mean, how do you think we're going to get here? Because that's what they're trying to get to, if that's the case.
I mean, yeah, they're trying to get to origins, and I get it. And there's one way they can spin it that will make a fully realized Kanan that we know from the original Power book here, and that's of course when it's revealed. I unalived my mama and I was completely wrong. She had nothing to do with it. For this, she was actually innocent. And I think grappling with that guilt and going full Terminator mode. But again, how is that going to look like with a Breeze being the nephew of the people who did all of these things? Again, my issue isn't so much that he took out Rock, if he did. My issue is the means by which he did it. The fact that I didn't believe his sincerity in it, and the fact that it wasn't justified. If I could have got a justified kill from him about something she actually did, I could have been like, oh, all right. All right, but maybe this makes it more poetic. I agree. They're definitely trying to get to origins, but then this should have just been the series finale of Raising Kanan, and we should start next season with origins. I don't know how much more raising we're doing of Kanan in the season 5. If I can be honest with you.
I don't know. I will say from this season, I didn't think that they would get so literal with the comparisons to Tariq. That's why I mentioned it, I think, last episode, where, Kanan is just Tariq. All the way down to, taking out Ghost and killing. Kanan is literally Tariq. I knew Kanan saw, himself in Tariq, and that's why he took him under his wing, even though it was supposed to be for nefarious purposes. No, you my son more than my own son, Sean. Like, I see myself all the way to the point that I'm willing to die for you. There has to be that much, closeness. I didn't think it would be this. It's like on the nose with the comparison now.
Well, I mean, other than them both taking out their parents, like whatever, I still don't get it. I think Tariq is a much smarter, much more thought out, much more cerebral character than Kanan could ever be, in my opinion. And that's after watching Power Book 2. And I know you only know Tariq from the original Power Book, but yeah. I ended up liking Tariq by the end of Power Book 2.
Really?
So I really did. So I can't say that they're a bar for bar, but they do have this in common. They have this in common. To me, that's it though.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. If that is the case, they have to come back with the strongest writing that they've ever had. Which I don't know how, because Raquel is just such. Who gonna serve looks, huh? Who gonna do what needs to be done for the family? Like, this must just be the drop off of the family and just the rise of Kanan Stark and the organization and this, that, and that. If and when we're probably end off, if season 5 is the last season, with him finding out, oh, it was never Rock, it's been y'all this whole time, and he kills everybody and their mama, then we ascend off into, okay, I'm the head, whatever, in charge. It's me, it's Tommy, it's Ghost. We'll see. We will see, child. But y'all, that was the show. That was the show. Shout out to all 175 people here. We are very happy to have you here. Yeah. Everybody here. I'm going to show you guys some love, and then we're going to come back and tell you what we have coming up and go ahead and say goodnight. But thank you guys so much. Please take this time to hit that like button. I'm trying to afford tonight. Holding hope chicks left and right. I just want to live in a fantasy. I think we deserve it right. Top of the memories I've ever made.
You can't touch my bag, but you could. I look fly, I look too good. Put that on my own mama, on my hood. I look fly, I look good. You can't touch my bag, but you could. I look fly, I look too good.
Hit that like button, y'all. Let me get this super chat here from Joshua. Thank you so much. Season 5 will be the final season. Stars announced it. Ugh. Well, if that's what it is, I would love for what Kanan did say in the universe, oh, my mom, she's alive, she's elsewhere, laying low, da da da. This could be something where it is a misdirect, and they do want us to think, like, oh, you really killed the mom, because we do have that pause. He was taking so long to shoot her. Not that I expected him to just go in there and act like Marvin, but it's like we were elongating it enough for somebody to show up, for Juke to show up, for somebody to actually be behind Raquel, and maybe it's Unique's crew trying to burn her house down. Who knows? But maybe it's something to make it look like, oh, okay, she's dead. But then we later have her ass show up in that red Joyce dress. I don't know. We will see. But there's a way to wrap it up and get us into, Tommy and them. And then what, we're going to get another spinoff? Spinoff of a spinoff of a spinoff? Oh man, thank you so much. Ashley, anything you want to say to the people, birthday girl?
Oh, no. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for coming through. Don't forget tonight, for the members only, we have a blockbuster movie night, and we will be watching My Choice, Weird Science, and Tyra's choice for next week will be revealed. And then don't forget, tomorrow night, we have another segment of Hot Topics with some special guests. So make sure you're there for that tomorrow. And then y'all know Mondays are for The Last of Us. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have that notification bell hit so you don't miss any of the hilariousness. Make sure you don't miss it.
All right. I am going to leave you guys with a watch along for the members tonight, and we will see you guys for whatever we put here for next time. Good night, y'all.
Making a girl. Harry.
I give her one digits memory.
Something's about it. Something. Name of science. Weird science.
What would you little maniacs like to do first?
It's all in the name of science. Weird science.
If you want to be a party animal, you have to learn to live in the jungle.
She is turning their lives